and Power. We're back. We are reading the 41 Shades of Men, and we are on chapter 2. The chapter 2 is called the Hobo Sexual. Uh, one moment. I'm just putting the title so I can flash it across the screen. Okay, so we are in chapter 2 um of 41 Shades of Men by Princella the Queen Maker. This is called the Hobosexual. So we gonna just keep going. Housing is absolutely essential to human flourishing. Without stable shelter, it all falls apart. And that's a quote by Matthew Desmond. In 2017, a woman by the name of Nikita Nikki wrote an article that has since given birth to this type of pursuant, the hobosexual. In her article, she defines a hobosexual as a person who dates you with the intent to with the sole interest of having a place to stay, not a genuine or romantic issue. I mean, not a genuine or romantic interest. If you have already read The Five Components of Love and attended the workshop associated with it, you already know that men are not capable of love, and a romantic interest is a delusion. Romantic, by Google definition, is defined as one conducive to or characterized by the expression of love. Two, of characterized by or suggestive of an ideal view of reality. To connect the dots and give you the big picture, seeking an expression of love from a male who is incapable of love is a delusion in both senses of the word. To idealize, create a perfect world in one imagination, reality is delusion in and of itself. Delusion is defined as an idiosyncratic belief or impression that is firmly maintained despite being contradicted by what is generally accepted as reality or rational argument. Typically, a symptom of a mental disorder. Many women have a habit of explaining or rationalizing away pure and blatant evidence in reality that men do not love and are not capable of it every day to maintain the poisonous patriarchal program installed into their minds. Every day, she resists reality. She does not process the blatant truths that men tell her every day, such as men are territorial. We don't love like a woman does. These are blatant truths directly from the horse's mouth that men are incapable of love. Love is a completely absent of territory and ownership. Love is free, not in the context of giving away or accessibility, but free in the context of inhibition. There is no such thing as a woman's love. There is only one love, and men are not capable of it. They tell you every day they use you for your youth and beauty, and by verbally telling you that you are only desirable to them between certain ages. This is not love. Yet women will try to persuade themselves to see it as some form of love anyway, even though the behavior evidence shows destruction of human life, self esteem, confidence, and autonomy. Women are forcing themselves to behave against their biological program to uphold a psychological program that renders her with a clear mental disorder. So yeah, we cannot not share this. Give me one moment. I just want to make sure I share this on these two platforms. We're gonna push this out here. We're gonna get it done. Okay. So I'm just sharing this to my social media. Give me one moment. Um, I just want to make sure we're getting it out here as we are out here so that I won't forget later on. Why put off what can be done today until tomorrow? That's one of my favorite quotes. And so if you'll just bear with me, just logging in, logging out of my X. And going back in it. Y'all go over and make sure you subscribe, um, follow, whatever it is on X. And do the same on Facebook. That's Katie's Alchemy. What? Katie's Alchemy. I don't know what just happened. I'm like, baby, hold on, y'all. What? Just you. Woosah. It's saying unusual. Okay, it'll be unusual. Lock me in anyway. Twitter. This what I be talking about. They gonna make it a problem. Okay, I know I ain't locked in. ALCHMY. Yeah. It's like why y'all making it a problem? Try. Woosah. They talking about this unusual activity on my account. Please lock me in. Nobody really asked y'all was it unusual or not. Unusual to who? Cause I'm the user. I'm the user. Woosah. Okay, they not letting me share it on that X. It's fine. I already shared on one of them. Okay, so now we're gonna go into copy the link. And we are going back onto Facebook. And we're gonna share it over there. And all I'm doing is hopping in and out of my account, sharing my content. Like I said, I'm doing mini fast from Facebook, especially. Oh wow, I forgot to edit. Let me see. Yeah, Facebook especially. It is just giving me the blues. I'm wondering is it because the color they use, but I like I say it could be overstimulation. Whatever it is, I ain't with it. So what I'm doing now is just going back to my channel to get the link of the live we're doing right now. And then we're gonna keep reading. Baby. Computer doing what he want to do today. And I'm for it. Have at it, computer. Okay, let's log out of here and go back into Katie's Alchemy. I just want to make sure all my content is distributed, especially on my platforms that is named after my grandmother. This is the month of her birthday, and so I just been in my feelings. I'm sharing with you all my experience with mental depression in the season of Capricorn. This is not my first rodeo. Every year I battle mental in this season. This is the season of the dead. Everything outside is dying. We getting less sun, and all that affects your mental. So with that being said, I'm just logging back out of Facebook. I'm gonna go in later and share on Twitter. For some reason, Twitter is trying to give me a hard time tonight. It's fine. All right, so let's get back into the book. Okay. Men and women have a habit of explaining or rationalizing away pure and blatant evidence in reality that men do not love and are not capable of it every day to maintain the poisonous patriarchal program installed in their minds. Every day she resists reality. She does not process the blatant truths men tell her every day, such as men are territorial, we don't love like a woman does. And these are the blatant truths coming directly from the horse's mouth that men are incapable of love. Love is completely absent of territory and ownership. Love is free, not in the context of giving away or accessibility, but free in the context of inhibition. There's no such thing as a woman's love. There's only one love, and men are not capable of it. They tell you every day they use you for your youth and beauty by verbally telling you that you are only desirable to them between certain ages. This is not love, yet women will try to persuade themselves to see it as some form of love anyway, even though the behavioral evidence shows destruction of human life, self esteem, confidence, and autonomy. Women are not forcing themselves to behave against their biological program to uphold a psychological program that renders her with clear mental disorder. I use disorder in the manner because biology always comes first as it is primary in the foundation of human makeup. Psychology comes second. Those who place the psychological program before the biological program are out of order, thus creating a mental disorder. The correct order is to analyze everything based on the biology first and foremost, and then secondly, the psychology. This way, you can clearly see where the error of this world lies. Men are the sex who is trapped in survival nature on Maslow's hierarchy, deficiency need zone. That is his biology and is what ultimately drives his behavior. And the philosophies he has created were created in this zone to support this zone. Therefore, when a man approaches you, you should know unequivocally he is approaching you for a reason that is rooted in male reality, deficiency, and need fulfillment. He cannot approach you on a higher level growth needs because those are based in higher philosophical reasons that are not the primary function of a male. Males are codependent by nature and have a difficult time existing independently of women. This does not have an inverse effect in relation to women. If you meet a man who operates independently of women, he is an exception to the rule and part of a very small percentage of men. Women, on the other hand, can function and do function purely within themselves and achieve life goals independently of a male partner. Women typically live alone in their apartments or homes. She has a stable environment where she can lay her head, cook her meals, and raise her children if she has any. Men are by large displaced if they are not living with a woman. This could be a female relative or a stranger whom he targets for the sole purpose of living in her space. A 2007 study shows that living alone is a risk factor for mortality in men, but not women. Another study shows that men who suffer two or more breakups or live alone suffer from higher levels of inflammation. This evidence indicates that it is an ever pressing need for a man to cohabitate with a woman. In addition to that, men are generally lazy by nature and have to be forced to provide for themselves. So many of them take the route of using their penises as a tool and weapon to conquer the mind of a woman to sift out his primary need. In this case, it is a place to stay. I was recently sent a post from a social media platform by an anonymous woman, which describes how she was bamboozled by the hobosexual. The post reads as follows: I was looking for love. He was looking for free housing. We met on Tinder. His name was King. My first date idea was to meet up for coffee. King offered to cook for me in my home. He was fine and I was lonely, so I agreed. King showed up, chocolate ball, fine as hell, and empty handed. He cooked the food I had in my fridge. We ate French toast and eggs. You didn't bring food to cook? I asked. King shot back, am I supposed to buy the groceries on a first date? We had a great conversation and amazing sex. King activated his Tinder account in front of me and he spent the night. The following morning, King tried to stay in my home while I went to work, but I refused. The next night, King came back to my home uninvited and we watched Netflix. King brought liquor and we had amazing drunk sex. He spent the night and the next night and the next. For 2 months, King remained in my house. His sex was top tier and his conversations were amazing. King wanted marriage with me. He wanted a large family with me and he wanted to support my dreams. But the sum of King's parts didn't equal the whole. Conversations and great sex don't pay my bills. In fact, my bills have doubled. Also, King splurged on himself but bought nothing for me. For example, he had a $350 pair of shoes arrive at my house, but he didn't offer to help me with the bills. I mentioned to King I couldn't afford cable and groceries for two, so I might have to let the cable go. Him, wow. How did you afford it before? Me, I'm buying double the groceries and toiletries now. Him, cable won't cut you off until you're a few months behind. Let it ride. Me, or you could pay it this month. Him, am I your daddy? Am I supposed to pay your bills or I'm supposed to do something else? King's something else was his amazing sex. King lived in a hotel before we dated, so I guess I'm his new hotel. In a moment of clarity, I told him I couldn't afford for him to stay overnight every day. King said casually, you know, once I receive mail here, I'm legally your roommate. He smiled. My heart sank to the floor. I had a mooching stranger in my bed and I was defenseless. It's my fault. I told too much too soon. King knew I didn't have any strong men in my life to throw him out. I am only I'm an only child. No big bad uncles or brothers to protect me. No dad to come to my rescue. And as a black woman, I understand that if I called the police, the situation could become deadly for both of us. The only way I can get this man out of my house was to drive him out. I decided to fake my own eviction, and it took 3 painful days. I paid my rent. I bought a burner phone. Then I created a fake eviction notice with the burner phone's number on it, just in case he called. I slapped a notice on my door, and King didn't call the number, but a neighbor did. She said, Leave the sound, leave that sound lady alone. You should be evicting the people next to me. They got the whole floor smelling like weed. I returned from work and showed King the eviction notice. I asked if he had money to help me out because I was about to be homeless. Him, I thought you were independent. Why you changing on me? You lied. You don't have your shit together? Instead of cuddling with me, King was back on Tinder. We never had sex again. On the third day, I put my cable service on pause and told King that it was shut off. I paid the janitor $20 to shut off the electricity to my apartment after I left work. King texts me, "Yo, the power's off." I responded, "Oh no, can you pay the bill?" He left my message unread. That's crazy. On my way home from work, I braced myself for the grand finale of packing my things and moving out. But when I got home, King was already gone. I texted him, "Where are you? I need help packing. Where are we gonna stay tonight, King?" My message was left unread. If I'm honest, it did sting to realize that King wasn't really into me. And yes, I'm jealous knowing that he's curling someone else's toes right now. But damn, it feels so good to have my bed and my castle all to myself once again. Farewell, my dear King. In December 2020, I ran across a video of a hobosexual explaining the techniques he used to move into a woman's place. Here's the link below. And just for kicks, we're gonna pause and share the screen to the link. Okay. I gotta see this. Mm, 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 mm. It's crazy. Let me type again. Alright. So I'm taking the video gone. It's fine. Let's see if we can find it on YouTube. Give me a minute. You know, YouTube, baby, if you put it one way and delete it, YouTube will have it. Hobo sexual explains his technique to move into a woman's home. Okay, so there is a video. Let's watch it. And I'm just trying to find an original video. Give me a minute. I don't want to really hear nobody else talking over the video. Mm. They talking about hobos. This is so funny. Hobosexual season is upon us. So I take it it's the winter time. Now, let me go over here. We're gonna just share this one.
Make yourself comfortable. I'm gonna get something to drink, okay? Okay. Do you want fun? Yeah, it's a nice place right here. So this is my night was so much fun. Yeah, it's a nice place right here. So this is my place. Okay. Yes. Make yourself comfortable. I'm gonna get something to drink, okay? Okay. Do you want sparkling or flat? Sparkling is cool. You know where I can put this at? Did you come with that? Yeah, I thought we was vibing a little bit. I could stay a couple of days, you know what I'm saying? That'd be cool.
What you see is what you get. Take care of Gerald.
Okay. So that was a little skit of a homosexual. We were not able to pull up the video. She said, but um, here's another video. Hold on. It's crazy. This is the whole thing, apparently.
In a month. Endless night. When I was homeless in LA, when I didn't want to sleep, if I didn't know where I was going to sleep and I wanted a place to sleep, I would go on Tinder and I would, talk to girls, and I would just stay at Tinder girls' houses like all the time.
How many nights in a month?
Endless nights, man. As many as I.
Oh, my darlings, I'm going to look you in the eye when I say this, okay? As someone who has once ousted a homosexual myself, let me tell you, it is their season and they're out here ready to win. Keep your doors locked. Put a padlock on it, okay? Put a sledgehammer behind it. Put your couch behind your door. Do not invite men to your house. They would not leave. It's their season. As a matter of fact, if you're not in a relationship by October 1st, don't bother getting into one until March 31st. It's also tax return season. So you know they're looking for successful women. The days of women being gold diggers are long gone. These men are the new gold diggers. Do not house a man. Don't invite a man to your house. They will get comfortable so fast. They will open up the fridge. They will drink your last glass of wine. They will start bossing you around your own house. They will start telling you what to fix. Let the homosexuals stay outside.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the infamous hobosexual, okay? Hobosexuals have always existed on the street. I mean, some of these people are
always doing those things because he has nowhere to go. And he's going to be so willing to spend the night with you and spend time with you and be around you because you have a deluxe apartment in the sky that smells like pumpkin spice lattes and Bath and Body Works. And it's nice. And he wants to be there instead of wherever couch that he's on now. That's what he is, a hobosexual. Sorry, girl.
He moving in after 1 week.
Homosexual. She's sleeping in your bed for free. That's a homosexual. He don't.
Yeah, I can't believe that there's a whole section of videos dedicated to warning you against a homosexual. Okay, so we're gonna keep going in the book. In this video, he speaks about using his penis as a weapon or a tool to conquer the mind of the woman. Once he has given her mind-blowing sex, He then falls asleep on a day she has to go to work. He states if she wakes up and leaves without telling you to leave, then you just don't ever leave. Men have a motive when they approach you. That motive is to always to have you to fulfill a critical need. Men operate on the bottom echelon of the Maslow's hierarchy. This is the echelon of self-preservation. This echelon consists of food, sleep, water, sex, excretion, security, housing, self-esteem, emotional bonding, and belonging. These needs are in a constant deficit with males. When they approach you, they are seeking to meet one of these needs. These needs are in constant rotation. In this case, the male needs security and housing. Once this need is met, once this need is met, he will begin to seek a relationship with another woman to fulfill another need, which he was not looking to be met or filled by the housing woman. Look for the following signs that you are dealing with a homosexual. How much time does he have on his hands? Is he always available? If he has plenty of time to dedicate to you, this is a red flag. Is he on dating apps? If so, how many and for how long? A person who is constantly on dating sites and multiple ones at that are looking for something specific. Who does he currently reside with? If he says anywhere but alone, this is a red flag number one. Does he pay his own bills at a place that is leased to him? Is he employed? Homosexuals can be employed. As a matter of fact, many are employed. Being employed with no place of his own is a red flag because typically this is the person who will move into your place and then quit his job and pretend he can't find another. Understand that males are lazy by nature. Sexual expression is the physical drains. Sexual expression in the physical drains their energy and desire. On top of that, most of them have no higher purpose. So it's easy for them to lay around, waste time, and seek a woman's care to preserve themselves. How to test the waters. Ask to spend the time at his place. Pay attention to any objections and delays. This will tell you he most likely either lives with someone or does not have a place of his own. If he does, simply say to him that I prefer to be invited in your world. And if not, I don't think I can move forward. He will do one or two things: gaslight you and accuse you of being petty or something along those lines, or B, he'll play the long term waiting game to see if you have you questioning whether or not you're being too harsh or unreasonable. Watch for both signals. None of that matters. Does he take you to his place? If not, do not buy all of the nonsense that follows just to justify why you can't go to his place. 2. This man will often insist to come to your place. He will typically ask you within the first conversation where you live. This is a question to determine proximity. Many can ask this question and not be homosexuals, but a homosexual will not leave this question out, so it must be considered as a check mark in addition to other red flags. See how frustrated he becomes when you continue to refuse to allow him to come to your place. You must play the extended waiting game. You do not want a leech living off of your hard-earned work and money. My advice, don't let him eat up your baby's Fruit Loops and don't let him stay the night. Okay, so that was chapter 2. Baby, this right here done lifted my spirits because it's funny, honey. What? What they doing in it? Ladies, stay woke. I didn't even think about a homosexual. And I'm just thinking back in my past. Has anybody ever tried to move in with me? So lo and behold, we're gonna talk about the catfish. So catfish decided, he gonna move here and do all these things. It's like, when I think back to it, he's not necessarily a homosexual. He gonna be somewhere where he ain't gotta pay rent, so he gonna come here and pay the rent. That was his story. But it wasn't homosexual. It was like catfish. Somebody that's not secure within themselves, and so they overextend in other areas. But this was funny. The homosexual. Let's get into it. That's so weird. Ladies, put in the comments if you ever experienced a homosexual. Share your story in the comments. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the video. We are channeling grandmama energy. And so we're reading this book in the spirit of my grandmother, Katie Ruth Daniels. May she rest in power and continue to guide and lead me. We shifting the energy. We gotta spend this season crying. We're gonna use it to date more smart. I'm gonna get out of here. I might do chapter 3 tonight because this is a good book already. I'm gonna go on and go though. I'm gonna think about it. Peace and power, and I'm out.